What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the third BFR I have. This is going to be the second one I'm doing today because, as I mentioned in the previous video, uh, I was very busy last night, so I wasn't able to get the Game 2 BFR out, but for preseason Game 3, I'm doing it on time today. This game wasn't televised, so I had to scrap around. I went on ESPN, I went on other various sites so I can get a few stats just so I can have something to talk about. I looked at they didn't have like face-off percentages and stuff at what I was looking at, so it was kind of hard to get stuff. But I got everything that I can, and yeah, let's get right into this. So the Hawks had been beat in the previous night, 6-3, as I mentioned in my previous BFR. They came out with not even their best lineup. There's a lot of minor leaguers in the lineup. Like I don't have the exact lineup that they had, but they played pretty well. First, they got some young guys to show that they could play against some of the St. Louis top guys. Although it didn't look like it early, but we'll get to there. So this was at the St. Louis Blues. It was October 2nd at 7 p.m. However, this is Central Time. Everything is Central Time where I live, so apologize if you're not Central Time. The game was actually played in Independence, Missouri, which is near Kansas City. I have been there. Nice place. Being from Chicago, been down to Missouri before, drove through it. Nice place. Subban was a net for Chicago, so now we've seen we've seen Lankinen, we've seen Fleury, we've seen what's his name, Delia, and now we've seen Subban all play. So Subban was a net for Chicago, and then Hofer and Husso, both minor league goaltenders, shared the net for St. Louis. At 19:10 of the first period, there was an early goal, 50 seconds in, from Torrey Krug from Bozak to make it 1-0. So it was already pretty, so it wasn't a good start. I was already looking, I'm like, oh no. But then things got a lot better from there. At 17:38, Chicago scores from Henrik Borgstrom to make it 1-1 unassisted. Then at 14:05, Chicago took a couple penalties. Oh, and St. Louis also took a couple penalties. At 14:05, it was Kalnick. At 13:03, it was Kirby Doc. Both Docs played. Kirby and Colton both played. At 12:15, St. Louis had a penalty to Kyrou, and at 4:50, St. Louis took a penalty to Mickey Urchin. I couldn't get what the penalties were for. All I got was the time and the person. At 2:44, there was a goal from Chicago. It was Colton Doc to make it 2-1. Then at 2:28, there was a St. Louis penalty to Perron, and we start the second period. At 15:03 of the second, during this, the 15:03 left in the second period. The St. Louis penalty to McCullough. At 9:01, there was a goal to Chicago. It was Mackenzie Entwistle from Chiara to make it 3-1. Then at 6:16, Brett Connolly takes a penalty. And then at 3:40, there's a goal. Chicago goal. Mike Hardman from Borgstrom to make it 4-1. So Chicago was rolling away with this game. They were playing really well. At 13:54, we start of the third. Not much was noted in the third. There was a St. Louis penalty to Cross, and then at 8:27, the Chicago would get their final fifth goal of the game. It would be Dominic Kubalik from Colton Doc and Kurashev. So Colton Doc gets on the board twice, and it makes it 5-1. The score was 5-1 in favor of Chicago, so they get their first win of the preseason. So overall, I think they did pretty well in this game, especially when they didn't have a lot of their regulars starting. The power play, St. Louis was 0-3 and Chicago was 0-5. And really quickly, I realized this when I was uploading the last video. There were some stats that I missed from preseason game 2, so I'm just going to list them all quickly just so I don't really have time to re-record it. So I'll just say it now. Since this video is already short enough anyway, I want to make it a bit longer. For Game 2, Fleury was 15 for 17, Delia was 19 for 22, while Binnington was 18 for 20, and Ellis was 16 of 17. So the Game 2 goaltending was pretty well as well. And both are connected. They were back-to-back, so it's basically just a re-look at it. And players I was impressed with were DeBrincat, Carpenter, and McCabe for Chicago. I thought they played pretty well. McCabe was making plays on defense, was getting around the defense, showing that he had some offense in him. Like, he was not that he was getting on the scoreboard, but he was making plays to create opportunities. DeBrincat played pretty well, and Carpenter was getting in the dirty areas. He would score. DeBrincat scored. The people I was disappointed with, Nylander has had so many chances, and I feel like it's got to be a time now that you look back on that trade with for Jokiharju to Buffalo. It wasn't worth it. I would have rather had Jokiharju than Nylander. Jokiharju hasn't done much in Buffalo. No one's done much in Buffalo, but still, I'd rather have Jokiharju on a young defenseman than Nylander right now. And then Ian Mitchell has not really impressed me. When you barely hear someone's name, I was hearing a lot of the minor league guys a lot more than I was some of the regulars. And Mitchell played over half the games last year, so I'm expecting more from him. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Sorry about that. I went back to game 2, but I just wanted to clear some stuff up because I didn't want to leave anything out there. I'm trying to give as much content as I can to you guys. You guys deserve it. And next game is preseason game 4 will be at Detroit. It'll be on October 4th at 6:30, so that's tomorrow, 6:30 Central Time. And so that's Monday, and I'll watch the game, and I probably should get the video up around Tuesday or Wednesday. So we'll see how that happens. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.